gentlemen, let's try that again. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching GEEKCASTER. You're watching GEEKCASTER. We're here live on Facebook. We're live in our virtual studio. I am Michael. Today we have in the studio
Dayveonne, Bussey. Oh, say hi, guys.
Hi guys.
Hi guys.
I am Corey Davis.
Hey guys, I am Sarah Leone.
Yeah, so you're watching GEEKCASTER, everything geek culture and geek media. And we're going to talk about a very specific geek content thing. This show, we're going to talk about Project Power. Now, Sailor said we had to watch this. She said we had to watch Power. So let's start off, why do we have to watch Power? What is Power about? Project Power.
So I really liked Project Power. It kind of showed what powers would be if they were able to be like in a drug form. Mm-hmm. And if you like superpowers like X-Men or mutants and things like that, it had that. It had Jamie Foxx. It had Joseph Gordon-Levitt. It had Machine Gun Kelly. You know, like I was hyped. And like, there's this cute little girl. I'm gonna find her name in like 2 seconds and tell you. But
I got you, Dominique Fishback.
I like the acting. Thank you.
There you go.
I really like the relationship she had with both of them and how she cared about her mom and, you know, things like that. I really enjoyed it because it was like action. It had mutants and stuff, and it was like take down the bad guy kind of thing. So if you like those type of stuff, go watch Project Power.
There
I
you
was
go.
like seeing POC have powers too, but it was kind of everybody who had powers.
Now that's a little amazing, right? If you could become a superhero just by a pill, by taking a pill. Now in the show, you had a limit though. I think it was like you have an hour. What was it?
4 minutes.
4 minutes.
5
minutes.
It was 5 minutes.
It was 5 minutes. Okay, 5 minutes of power. And it's interesting because every individual had a different power. So you didn't really know what you were going to get when you take the pill. I thought that was pretty cool. I don't know,
Yeah.
Dayveonne, Corey, what was your first reaction before we jump in? Oops. You cut out there, Dayveonne. Did you mute yourself? Could barely hear you. All right, Corey, jump in.
Can you hear me?
So
Yes, we can.
I was hyped.
You're still too low. Corey, jump in.
I
got it. I got it.
You got it? All right.
Yes.
No, you're still too
I
low.
was hyped.
You're still too low. See, this is what happens when you can't be in the studio. We can't control the volume. We're doing all. Just take a minute, Corey, jump in and see what you could do over there. Maybe something unplugged.
So on initial watch,
Mm-hmm.
it does capture you. But, I forget what the girl's name is who acted with Jamie Foxx.
Okay.
And I know this is going to be controversial,
Mm-hmm.
kind of like how said Jamie Foxx was not good in Spider-Man as Electro. I just felt
I hate y'all. I love that Spider-Man movie too, y'all.
I thought
There are people who just want that, and they're just like, oh my god, I never thought I'd see Jamie Foxx like that. Oh my gosh, because I really never, y'all, who ever thought we would see Jamie Foxx like that?
right.
Who?
Exactly.
Yo, I was like, oh my gosh, and he's depressed. I can feel for him, empath towards the villain, and I love him because he's Jamie Foxx. Great. So I love his acting. I love Jamie Foxx so much.
I love his acting, but in this movie, I just felt as though he didn't give us normal Jamie Foxx. I felt like he was just checking the boxes to move the story along. and it was a little underwhelming for me because we have had movies where you take a pill and something amazing happens, like Lucy or Limitless, and now it's like, oh, you take a pill and you're running the gamble or what power you can be. Like, it's like power roulette. So they kind of explained it in the movie. I don't want to get into spoilers, but I felt that explanation led to a lot more plot holes within the movie. So it just threw me off. So I gave it like a 6 out of 10.
Okay.
Y'all, every single person besides these people I'm on here with loved it. I've watched it 3 times already. I'm sorry, y'all, but it be like this. And let me tell you, like, I enjoy, like, come on, y'all. Think about it. How many The Rock movies are just like this and do so highly well? He's pretty basic as an actor, but people love movies like that because it's fun. And you want to see this cool person that you've seen everywhere else do something that, you know, he was serious in this movie, y'all. He was kind of serious. He was trying to do some The Rock-ish, okay? This was a Rock movie.
Right, it was the Rock movie, and there are a lot of people who hate the Rock because he's so wonderful. There are a lot of people who Tyler Perry because all of his movies are the same with a different title. Jamie Foxx is not he gives
exactly.
And in this movie,
and that's the script. They literally wrote that mess for Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
I just felt like Jamie Foxx didn't bring it with the script. But maybe the script wasn't bad. Maybe it was his guy. Something was definitely off.
I mean, yeah, I would definitely say, like, if we had more time to go deeper in it. I hoped it. When I started playing it, I thought it was a TV show, and I was hyped. And then I saw this movie, and I was like, oh my god.
Damn, it was dope as a TV show.
All right, let's see if Dayveonne actually is up to par. Let's see. What's going on, Dayveonne?
You know, like,
Nope.
Can y'all hear me now?
You sound really low.
Stop playing.
We're not playing. Maybe take everything off and reboot it, or maybe don't use the mic. Maybe use the computer.
Can y'all hear me now?
Yep. Oh, that's perfect.
What'd you do?
I just unplugged it and replugged it again.
Like the tech geek said. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
So, we're going to talk about Project Power.
Yep.
The trailer had me pumped, ready to enjoy something that was anticipating to all nerds and geek wonder when it's basically a pill that makes you into a superhero.
Okay.
What we got was actors doing a phenomenal job. Special effects department doing a phenomenal job. And cinematography doing an amazing job. What we didn't get was the proper script.
A story.
From my experience and actually looking at details, the script was the major point of the film. It wasn't a lot of substance. It wasn't a lot of meat to the potatoes. It wasn't vegetables into that plate. So I pretty much felt that the script was lousy. But what saved the film was the performance by the actors, the CGI people.
Yo, they did a great job. That was seeing some of these powers, y'all. Ooh.
So I really had to pretty much, so that's pretty much it. Like, if they would have redone the script or made it a little bit better with details and stuff, because it was a little bit confusing with the script, and I'm not spoiling anything, I'm just going to keep it just like that. But at the same time, I feel as though they should have actually added more details, more descriptions, more identifications of the pill, more identifications of certain situations in the story. So it could be a great story. Heck, why don't they add Spike Lee into the picture and make him direct it? Because I felt as though the director did what he had to do for the film with this, containing to what the script was.
All right, so my initial reaction was totally opposite to Dayveonne. I saw the trailer and I said, "This is gonna be trash. This is gonna be straight up corny." But They had some interesting people in it. Let's check it out. And Sailor said, "You need to watch this. Stop acting the fool. You need to watch this." Okay.
Stop procrastinating.
So I saw it, and I think that between what you're saying, Dayveonne, and what you're saying, Corey, in my opinion, is correct. Great actors. Everybody was committed. The fact the actors were so committed to the script, it made it palatable. And let's give a really short round of applause for Jim Machine Gun Kelly.
Oh, that.
Because
It's 5 minutes of fame.
yeah, he did. I think we have a picture here. Hold on a second. Yeah, his power was like to flame on, basically. Turn into a huge
Yeah,
flame.
I was like, oh my god, Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Guys, I love it. And like, okay.
Guys, is that a hint? Is that a hint of something for Marvel Studios? Hint?
No.
That would be so cool.
But with all that being
Maybe that
said,
should be another
with all that being
supervillain.
said, I think everybody was committed. I think the director followed what was in the script. I think the script was weak. And I'm glad it wasn't in the theaters. And I think the people that like this, I don't say that I didn't like it. It's enjoyable. It's a flick. You put it on if you're cooking, you're doing something. It definitely doesn't command all your attention. And it definitely didn't, oh my goodness, this is so amazing. But I can see why it got greenlit because all the elements were there. I mean, you had 2 awesome leads. You had a great concept. Even the pill looked awesome. Wait, it wasn't like a boring pill. In fact, Dayveonne, you're right. Why didn't they give more information on this pill? It looks so dope. Like whoever was the art director, they knocked it out the park because they made it so interesting. They almost made it a little too interesting to okay, it almost seemed like fairy tale-ish because it looks so cool, right? And it glue. Anything that glows in films these days is like, ooh, it glows. But anyway, I would say watch it, and I think Sailor's right. You should watch it, but do not think this is going to be amazing.
Take it for what it is and enjoy it,
The fact there's hardly any content out there and you're bored and you've seen everything, watch it. But I was disappointed.
I'm sorry, they put Joseph Gordon-Levitt and his cool acting style, and they were like, okay.
It worked.
I just felt it meshed so well. Yes, there are plot holes, and things missing and things we'd love to see more of, especially
And that's the thing
what
too.
We know, for testing.
I hope the writers don't be mad at me in the future. Hey, let's work together. I'll clean your stuff up. But we have to keep it real on this show. And I want our fans, our friends to respect our opinions. And I'm not going to tell you something is awesome and it's not. I like to say, that's awesome. I only want to say it's awesome when it is. So, Dayveonne, you said we're going from how many G's? It's 5 G's? Is that our ranking thing?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. G's.
1 to 5 G's. So, from 1 to 5 G's, I give this a 2.5.
2.5 G's.
4.5.
Interesting. What'd you say, Corey?
I said I would give it a 2, but upon thinking about it further, I think I will give it 2.5 just because it did have its moments. It did have its elements. The songs, the freestyles were...
Woo!
They were fire.
Issa Rae.
They
My
were
heart.
the best parts.
Who wrote the freestyles?
This up-and-coming rapper named Chica. And I believe she met I want to say it was either the Source or XXL's freshman class of 2020.
Okay.
I definitely put her in everyone's limelight.
Oh, now mind you,
the Indie Critic song, it's her original song.
I wasn't impressed with most of it, except for when she did that, when she was in the lab with Jamie. That was fire. That was fire. That was fire.
You better tell me.
Yeah.
Run me my money.
What are you doing?
I will say something that about Chica. She was actually in the movie when we saw her in the classroom. Her best friend that was like trying to wake her up and not get her in trouble. That was Chica.
Okay.
Oh, she's in the beginning too.
Yeah.
She's like her friend.
In fact, when I watched it, I actually paused it and called Dayveonne. I said, Dayveonne, I wasn't impressed with most of it, but that one scene, I said, that is one of the best fake movie freestyles that has been done in a while. That one scene. Right. I can't co-sign all of it because I'll be playing myself. But that one scene was fire.
Now, I'm going to give this a ranking. And it's probably going to be in the balance. So I'm going to give this a 3G.
Interesting.
So 2.5s, a 3, and a 4.5.
Interesting. So
I'm not too.
So we're basically saying you can watch it. It's not one of those do not watch it.
Like a movie, it's okay.
Like The Witcher.
I couldn't get into Witcher.
I love The Witcher. I watched the whole season. I don't know.
I couldn't get into it. Same with Curse. We talked about this.
Even though
I did not watch Game of Thrones.
We don't speak about the 8th season, but I still watched every.
I don't know, man. They ended you off the wrong food.
What do you think of the cops' ability to basically be bulletproof?
Oh my gosh. I mean, like, come on, y'all. You watch Looper. Okay, wait, quick question. Did you guys like Looper, or are you focusing on the plot holes?
I like Looper, and there were a lot of plot holes, but...
I know, but I want to hear from you two. Did you watch Looper, and were they plot holes for you?
Looper is the... Just make sure I'm getting this correct. I don't want to mess this up.
The one with him and that other big guy. What's his name? I really like him. I like him too. What's the name?
Bruce.
Corey. Thank you. Yes, Bruce Willis. So if you watched it, I get the same vibe from that movie in this movie, and like I get the same plot holes similarly in my head. If you could relate the two movies together, it's kind of just like what makes this different from like a lot of other action movies where it's just action thrown around and a basic story. Come on, y'all. So I feel like maybe we're being a little harsh, y'all. Just because it came out on Netflix don't mean it has to be a box office. My heart.
Well, no, we can't. We you know what? At this point, streaming in the theaters, the worlds are, because of society, because of the pandemic, they're getting so close that now we can't lower the bar just because it's on a streaming network. Like, yo, it's got to be banging. It's got to be banging. There's no room for, well, it's just going to go on television. Those days are...
I'm saying like just because it's on TV doesn't mean we should view it as something that's on TV. I'm saying I don't see it as something that's on TV because we were talking earlier, they didn't like Transformers, but me and my family, we watched every Transformers movie, every X-Men movie. I love X-Men from beginning to end. Like, the only X-Men movie I didn't like was when we went to, like, Japan, right? It was Japan?
What one was that? Oh, man.
Wolverine something.
Yeah, Wolverine's Origin.
Yeah, I didn't like
Wolverine.
Because Origins is good, too. But yeah, like, a lot of people don't like those movies.
I want to say this in a way that won't be a spoiler, but if it is, too bad. There's a part of the film where the young lady, Dominique's the actress that plays, where a lot of people died and she survived. And I thought that was terrible. Because there was no way how just magically things are falling on everybody, even somebody right next to you. Everyone else is being blown away, but nothing's happening to you. I thought that was so bad. I thought it was such a lazy part of the film. Was I the only one that felt that way, or?
No.
Okay.
It makes me laugh when I see people getting out unscathed, of course.
Okay.
Because the explanation leading up to that moment was like, whoa, I'm about to see something crazy. And then it's like...
it was very typical, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually did look up that animal. I don't.
I did too.
Yeah, it's interesting. It is
interesting. I thought that was clever for writers to pick some. That we have to give the writers props. They picked the most obscure animal on the planet to throw in a film, and I thought that was great. Because who does that? Yeah, that was really good.
I don't remember what they're talking about, y'all.
The shrimp, what's it called?
The popcorn shrimp.
Not popcorn shrimp. You're silly.
Yeah.
The whipper shrimp.
Sure.
Okay.
No, look
I'll
it up.
rewatch it.
Rewatch it. Okay, so before I do want to talk about something else before we go. I do want to talk about something before we go, but I do want to spend at least 2 minutes on this. What did you think of the villains? I didn't think the villains were strong enough.
No, they weren't prepared. Those villains were literally like, honestly, it's big pharma. That was big pharma. But, oh yeah, I'm strapped. But really, when someone who knows what they're doing gets you, yikes. But yikes, because, woo, y'all, that whole scene was hilarious. Yo, oh girl. Okay, like, oh my God, I really like that scene.
And have the Plastic Man dancer. Really? Out of all the security, you're going to have...
Hey. Give the Plastic Man a break.
Okay.
He can really do things to put you out.
That's a good pun, actually. Give the Plastic Man a break. I'm just saying. All right. I wanted to talk about body modification as well, and we are going to run out of time. Do we want to save that for another episode?
Yes.
Okay, so we will do that because I think that could be huge, and I'm so curious what Sailor's gonna say. She's, What'd you say?
I didn't say nothing.
Oh, you will. You will.
All right.
All I have to say about that.
So, are there any other films like this that you feel?
Okay, I want to know. Yeah, I want to know how y'all feel about Equalizer.
Love it.
Okay. Okay.
Well, they built up the villains
Equalizer
in that.
Too.
That had more.
Okay, but I'm saying, think about the storyline. Okay, do you feel like there are plot holes? Do you feel like there's things that need to be filled?
See, so I think there are some movies where the plot holes are very subliminal, where it isn't obvious. This was blatantly obvious. And so the bigger the plot hole, the more it takes away from the movie to some degree. And so I don't want to get caught up in like every movie has plot holes. Of course, every movie has, but this one was like a Mack truck sized plot hole, and like every scene that contradicted itself. It was like, where are we going with this? So that's what did it for me, and that's what brought it down. I'm gonna give it a 2 out of 5 because those plot holes were ridiculous.
I feel you.
Oh, by the way, did you guys know that Dominique is 29?
Wow, she's that old. I thought she was younger.
Yeah, a lot of us thought she was younger.
Man, good genes.
Black don't crack.
And she went to Pace University. And she's going to be in an upcoming movie, Judas and the Black Messiah. So that should be interesting.
Oh.
So I think this is our first major introduction to this actress. So let's just wish her well. And hopefully
do the thing, girl. Do the thing.
We'll see a lot more of her. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't realize she was that. I was like, wow, you play a good little kid.
Those genes.
Yeah.
And then her facial expressions were killer.
Corey?
Huh?
You look like a kid.
I look like your brothers.
In that case... Darn it, wrong button.
You guys are a hot mess. Well, you know what? If we go back to a lot of the classic action hero films, it's pretty much you stole my daughter, you stole my son, you kidnapped my wife, but it's usually the daughter. I don't know why that seems to be always the play. But Are we tired of that at this point? I mean, even Halle Berry did it. Only thing they just reversed it because she was a woman. Oh, you stole my son, right? Is that something that we'll just see forever?
How do you feel about? Okay, so
but can you answer my question before you ask another question? Answer my question first.
Okay, so repeat it.
Are we done with that? Is it played or is it just something they see forever?
For me and my family and some friends, I think that it hits right on the nail. And just like there's like, stupid comedies and stuff like that. I think, yes, they can do better. I'm not saying don't improve your storyline. Right. Fill those holes, please and thank you. Mm-hmm. But yeah, if I'm watching something, I'm like, oh, that doesn't make sense. I mean, like, come on, man, anime. Like, come on.
That's fair.
I mean, superheroes don't make sense. Like, how can we fly? But, this one little thing.
It's like they don't even be using their powers. At times they could be using their powers, and that mess drives me nuts.
Right.
It drives me nuts.
I got a question.
Oh, can't hear you again. You got to get rid of that mic, man. It's trash.
Shut up. You know what?
What's your question?
My question is, what type of power would y'all have if y'all would have took the pill?
Well, according to the movie, we wouldn't know. We had to take the pill and find out.
Mm-hmm.
You just got geeked.
But I mean, we obviously know what he's saying. What do we believe? What power do we believe we has, achieve? Something with water for me.
Aww.
Maybe I could pull water out of a human's body.
Oh, God.
I can control water.
Okay. Corey?
Does Hawkeye have a power? Would that,
No.
Hawkeye's trying to be number what's his name? From Umbrella Academy, and Hawkeye is not him.
Their powers is an average type of power. No. Human ability. Something else.
As much as I love cars, I think speed would be my power. So I'll have a flash.
Now, add a host, Michael.
You know what? I don't know, man. My power would probably be just be able to, probably brain, probably on some Professor X.
He didn't even know how to say telekinesis, man.
No, because I think it has to go beyond that. Like, it would have to be I don't think there's a word for it.
You trying to be the Phoenix?
You'd be like the ultra savant. Like, you can plan moves ahead. You're like the brainiacs of brainiacs.
Disappear, reappear, just anything I could think will happen or materialize and control. Be crazy. Just be big brain. Because I got a big head. Wow.
That's awesome.
And of course, Dayveonne. He would be the Funko Pop King.
Kick rocks. But nah, it'll be teleportation.
Nice. Well, on that, give everybody your social media.
Dayveonne Bussey on Instagram and Facebook, and the Shamar Williams Show on Instagram.
Corey Davis, you can find me on IG, Twitter at IAMGT3. That's IMGT3.
I'm Sailor Leone. You can find me on Facebook and Twitter under Sailor Leone, and on Instagram under Sailor Leone Cosplay.
Cool. And I'm Michael7Michael on Instagram. Of course, you're watching GEEKCASTER. Go to GEEKCASTER on IG, GEEKCASTER.com. And if you're watching this live, stay tuned. We're going to do another episode. If you're watching this on cable, you'll see this next week. Someone paused themselves. I see trains, planes, automobiles. I don't know what's happened. But we're ending. So there you go. We'll hold on, or we'll see you soon. Either way, we'll be seen. You're watching GEEKCASTER.